What internet marketing expert should you spend your valuable time listening to? Listen to someone who has over 20 years of web marketing experience and hundreds of website marketing success stories. That man is Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. And this is Edge of the Web Radio.
All right, hey, we got some articles from Kissmetrics. Great blog source for a lot of good information. So let's talk about it real quick. Marketing, okay? It's the set of processes and tools to help promote your company's business, right?
Yep.
It includes SEO, which is search engine optimization. It includes social media. It includes PPC, local search, mobile, and traditional promotion methods and tools, all right?
Okay.
There's a slew of them out there.
Yes.
But they're tools. They're not, and sometimes they're strategies, but they're not branding. Branding, on the other hand, is the culture itself, the message that permeates and rules all the processes of your business. Now let's just look at this. There's a culture. There's the tactics, all the things that you do to promote your business. But what's the meaning of your business? And that's kind of a weird statement. All right. What are the values of your business? It's the personality of your business, and honestly, it's the way the consumers, your customers, feel about your company.
About you. Yeah.
Exactly. That's your brand. So common misconceptions about branding, mixing up marketing and branding is only one of the most common misconceptions about branding that you will encounter. In fact, many businesses and marketers handling branding tasks also make the following misconceptions. Well, here's one right now. Branding is marketing, advertising, promotion, anything to that effect. Okay, that's wrong. It's marketing is the execution. Promotion is the execution. And whatever medium, whatever channel that you use, that's just, like I said, the tactic. It's the tool to be able to introduce your brand. And you see the difference there.
Yeah.
Branding is much deeper than any marketing can even be looked at. Marketing, advertising, other promotional activities only communicate your brand, personality, and message. So brand is comprised of your personality, your voice, your message. Branding is the process of establishing these traits. So if you haven't done this as a company, if you haven't looked at what your brand truly is, what are you wanting to be known for, right? How do your internal employees feel about the company? That's part of your brand. What's your voice? I mean, and that's an odd concept. What's the voice of a company? Well, the voice of the company can be many different, there is only one voice that you should have, but companies can have different types of voices out there. I mean, are you striving to be an authority in your field? Well, everybody, I think, is in business. But are you wanting to help consumers in a particular manner, or helping other businesses in a particular manner of understanding and educating? I mean, a brand of a university is a lot different than a company.
Yeah.
So, there's another misconception out there that you are the ultimate authority when it comes to your brand. So if you're the company owner, right, Tom?
Correct. Okay.
And you think that you know everything that has to do with your brand.
Yes, I do.
You do. So if you know exactly how your employees feel, or do you think you do?
I think I do.
You think you do. Yep. What about how your consumers feel?
I know all of my consumers. I know exactly what they think.
So you are omnipotent, and I'm very scared. I mean, the fact of the matter is a very common misconception, especially among first-time business owners. So are you a first-time business owner, Tom?
I have owned multiple businesses. I'm a multi-billionaire.
And you know exactly what to do for each one of the businesses that you no longer have.
Yep.
Well, the truth,
because I knew it was time to sell.
Exactly. See, the truth is that you set the tone and get the ball rolling, so to speak, and you set the guidelines that your organization will follow and live by as they work with your brand. This does not automatically make you the ultimate brand authority. Your customers are the ones that ultimately define your brand. The perception of your brand is what sticks with people that they influence. It's very important to select the brand values carefully. Otherwise, your brand may be taken the wrong way. Or worse, it may fail when you don't see repeat customers. Or something even more important is if you are broadcasting with marketing strategies a brand value,
Yeah.
and customers can see that you don't
Mm-hmm.
exemplify that,
Yep.
that will tear you apart because you're operating in a level of hypocrisy, actually. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Well, I mean, misconception number 3 here. Here's something very interesting. There exists a formula for success when it comes to branding. Okay, that's the thought out there. Just because everything in online marketing can be measured doesn't mean everything has a formula. No two companies are alike.
Okay.
With a similar process for developing a brand, it may work for one business in the same exact field. For example, I mean, these businesses will still have to have unique identities and needs. I mean, you can't have, it's not cookie cutter. You can't keep, there is never a duplication of one company to another company in the form of brand. It's just not.
You see it a lot with service companies where they have the picture of the owners or the picture of the family together to try to, hey, we're family friendly, or they have a picture of a dog that's like their mascot or whatever. You know, you kind of see that a lot with especially the service type of industries.
Absolutely. See, the truth is there's no formula. Branding is and always will be a customized experience. The good news is that you can measure the success of your brand easily. What you should look at in this case is the behavior and the interests of your target audience. Branding the right way is also, there's a way to do it and there's a way not to do it. And we actually have a top 10 list of things to do.
David Letterman style?
Exactly.
He's retiring.
Yeah, I know. It makes me sad. Not really. And on top of that, we also have another top 10 list of things that can kill your brand. So you got to stay tuned here. But there are some things that we want you to have a look at. Before you begin to plan your online marketing strategies, you need to do the following things. Establish your purpose. You need to ask these questions. Why did I build this business? Why do I want to help out this specific group of people? Right? Why does it matter to me that these things get done? These are things that you need to have as a business owner, internalize and make those whys have an answer. These answers will form the purpose of your company. Walt Disney answers this question very well and is a good example of a company that knows why they exist. They want to bring joy to children everywhere. It permeates everything they do. You should you should choose your personality and your voice. After asking what you do and why you do it, ask yourself, what is my brand? It'll help you shape your brand and becoming a skeleton in which you can attach the rest of your ideas, your values, and your message. At the stage of brand building, you should probably ask the following: what kind of voice do I want to use for my brand? How do I want to be perceived? Do I want to be perceived approachable, casual, corporate, or formal? Right? Mm-hmm. All these things, and you know it when you see it.
Yeah.
You know it whenever brands being executed correctly, whether or not they have a very casual environment or a welcoming environment, or more authoritarian, or a bit more staunch kind of edifice, legalistic. There's so many different genres where those brands are welcomed. You don't want to have a bank that sometimes banking brands are actually very, very interesting because they go all over the place.
They do.
They some paint themselves as that get to know you. Will sit down and have a cup of coffee and watch TV with you. And then there are others that literally it's such a pillar, and pillars are always used in that imagery there. They're always used to exemplify this is such a fortress protecting your money, Yeah,
I was thinking a lot with lawyers there. Lawyers are all, I'm tough, I'm going to get the bad guys type of thing. But then there's another lawyer I've seen with commercials that, hey, just come in on Wednesdays and we talk.
Exactly. Zappos does a great job of outlining and defining their values. They have 10 core values that they live by, and if you go through their blogs and their website, you'll see these values permeating every process that they have. You'll also notice that people following these values, they're following these values to heart. From the blog post to their performance to customer service, defining a good set of values will help you really become consistent and serve as your company's guiding principles at work. Well, last thing, but a very, very important thing, is you need to communicate your brand to your audience. And it's very, very important, obviously. All these things are exercises, and there's many more processes or at least methods to define your brand. You can certainly find a few links on our site. You need to figure out where marketing comes in. Now that you've decided to define your brand, you need to decide how you want to raise awareness about your brand. And in the previous steps, combined with marketing research and analysis, it plays a huge role in determining how and where you can communicate your brand to reach your target audience. And we're actually going to talk about that in this next segment, the top 10